All right, guys, so welcome back to another great video. This is actually called the X-curve, and this concept is going to help you a lot because this is how you explain why you need a term, why you need permanent insurance, and what goes on in life. So it's a pretty good way to grab people's attention and let them and educate them a little bit more, okay? So Mr. and Mrs. Klein, the way this goes is Mr. and Mrs. Klein, let me show you something. Have you ever heard of something called the X-curve? And more than likely, they're going to tell you no. But let me show you what that is. What the X-curve says is that as we're growing up, when we're young, we usually have a lot of responsibilities, correct? What do you think is the biggest responsibility that you have now? It's probably your house, and then your car. That's my car, don't laugh at it. But it's your car, and then your family, correct? Yeah, you have all these responsibilities as you're getting old, as you're young. Now, at the same time, when you're young, most of the families, we were not born wealthy, so a lot of us don't have a lot of money. But we have a little bit of money and a lot of responsibilities. As life goes by, what should happen to all this is your responsibilities should go down. So that means you should end up paying off your house, you should end up paying off your car, and your kids should grow up and be responsible adults. Now, does that always happen? Not always, but that's what should happen, right? At the same time, you should end up getting better jobs. You should end up saving money. You should end up being financially independent. So when you get older, you actually have a lot of money, but you have very little responsibilities. Now, this is what should happen in life. Now, let me ask you a question. How many families do you know that this actually happens to them? Not very many, correct? So here's what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that if something happens to you in this period of time of your life, then you should have something called a term insurance that protects you in case the next 20, 30 years, in case something happens while your responsibilities are very high, that you get that taken care of, that you get protected. But we're also gonna give you something called a permanent insurance because later on when you get older, when your responsibilities are gone, what you need to protect is your money. What are you going to protect it against loss, against taxes, against inflation, so against any lawsuits? So you need to have your family, your money protected. So we're going to get you a product today that takes care of your family while you have a lot of responsibilities and takes care of your money in the future in a combination of a term and an IUL. Does that make sense? Yeah, so that's the S-curve. You got it? Got it.